Welcome back to Ireland AM. Now, parents and babies around the country, they're helping school children to develop their emotions in an incredibly healthy way.
Yes, and to tell us more, we're joined now by Roots of Empathy project leader Holly Howell, along with a volunteer, Sarah Crosbie, and a tiny teacher, Billy. Look at
morning.
Billy.
Good morning.
Oh, isn't she just beautiful?
There has not been a television show presented since Billy came near this studio. Everyone is like, oh, they're rushing out to say hello to her. Hello, everybody.
Good morning to
morning.
all of you. It's absolutely gorgeous to have you all here. Holly, can we start with you and tell us about this programme?
Yeah, so Roots of Empathy is an evidence-based programme for all primary school children, and the overall aim of the programme is to increase emotional literacy and increase empathy. So we do this by inviting a local community parent with their baby to visit a class right throughout the school year. So the baby is essentially the children's tiny teacher, because they bring all of the feelings and all of the emotions into the class, whatever they may be. And then our trained Roots of Empathy instructor supports the children to track the baby's development in the first year of life, and to read and name and label the baby's feelings and the baby's intentions. So one of the first questions I think we get asked is, why bring a baby into a class? Yeah. To help teach children about empathy.
Look at Billy. Sorry, Billy's clapping away there. She's
ready to go.
Going, you were very good there.
Thanks,
now.
Billy, yeah.
You were very good, Holly, explaining all that to us.
Yeah, so, a baby is the perfect little model of emotion. They have no boundaries around their feelings. If they're having a bad day, they're having a bad day. Yeah. And they don't mind who sees that or who they share that with, and they don't mind accepting help. So that's really the core foundation of what we're trying to support children to understand, is that all feelings are okay. Yeah. And it's okay to tell somebody how you feel and to ask for help. And in fact, it's the one thing that we all have in common is our feelings. We all share exactly the same feelings, regardless of whether we're a tiny baby, a child or an adult. We just feel them at different times for different reasons.
It's fascinating. So, Sarah, why did you, because I know this is your first time doing it, Billy, hello, darling. Yeah. Billy, you did it, first of all, with Lennox.
Yeah. I did.
Your son.
I was so lucky I got an Instagram targeted ad. They work. So I got this Roots of Empathy Bernardo's programme ad, and I swiped up and I said, I'll apply. And then I didn't hear anything for a little while. Lennox was born in the August. I think I heard around October. And funnily enough, I worked with the woman who was at the time, Julie. I had gone to college with her. And she said, oh, would you still be interested? There's a school that needs you. So I did it with Lennox, absolutely adored it. And then when I had Billy, I was like, right, I definitely want to do this again. So I contacted them again, and I was lucky enough to get placed in another school. So can you tell us, so what happens then? So you bring Billy into the classroom. Yes.
And what happens?
So they start with a little song. It's absolutely adorable. So there's this green mat in the middle, and the green mat's for Billy, and they know that they're not to be on the mat. And I go around to all the kids. I kind of take a second or two in front of each kid. They're standing up and they sing a little song.
How old are these children?
The ones I'm with now are second class.
Right.
Yeah, so they're about 8, 9.
8 or 9.
And they've been told they can touch your feet. So that's kind of, because obviously their natural reaction is to want to give them big cuddles and hugs and kisses. So they can all touch your feet, and they sing a little song as I go around. Hello, baby Billy, how are you? And they sing that until I've gone and seen every kid. And then we all sit down together, don't we? We do. And we all sit down together. And then they go through whatever the theme of the week is.
Okay.
And the kids are just buzzing.
Because it's a lot to put your baby in that sort of a way with a bunch of children. Yeah. And we know that she's completely and utterly safe. But how does Billy react? OK, I'm sorry. Just let her take over everything. She is reacting very well to a bunch of strangers.
Yes.
So she's clearly made for this. Lennox, your first baby, also did it.
Yeah.
Is it a lot on a baby, or are they just happy to absorb it?
Both of mine have been. I mean, we joke, my husband and I, that we're hardly shy wallflowers ourselves. So our kids are a little bit thrown into the deep end when it comes to being out and about. But they've both taken to it like ducks to water. Now, I know Holly has said other kids are different. Other babies don't love it. Other babies...
Yeah, so one of the things that we're trying to, I suppose, support children to understand is that we are all different, So babies engage with the programme in lots of different ways. Sometimes they go into the class and they're happy, and sometimes they go into the class and they're sad, So it just depends on, and really, all feelings are okay. It's one of the first questions we get asked by parents who are interested in participating in the programme is what if my baby cries or is having a bad day? And we're like, fantastic, because, all feelings are okay. And that's kind of what we're trying to showcase and support children to understand. Some of the other feedback that we get from parents is, You know, it's like having 25 or 26 little cheerleaders cheering your baby on and telling you what you're doing well and what they're achieving and all of those kinds of things. So one of the other reasons why a baby works so well, you think I'd be used to the distractibility at this stage, but it never gets old. One of the reasons why a baby just works so well is they demonstrate the concept of not yet so well to the children. So the babies start between 2 and 4 months, and the curriculum tracks their development in the first year of life, and development is at its fastest in the first year of life. So when the children meet their baby first, the baby can't sit up by themselves or crawl over or hold anything in their hand.
So they go back in over time, do they?
They go in once, the instructor goes in every single week, and the parent and baby visits once every 3 weeks. So it's a year-long programme.
A year, so that the children will see the development of the child over that year.
Absolutely, and when they see their baby achieving these not-yets and these key milestones, it just really reinforces for the children themselves, we all have a not yet. We all have something that we find hard, but it doesn't mean that we're always going to find it hard. Like, it's very much experiential learning with the baby, you know.
Because I suppose at that age, there's one thing that we're all worried about, that, you know, everything is centred on you.
Yes.
Like when you're 8 or 9 years old, you're the centre of the world.
Yes.
And I'm assuming that with someone like Billy being in the room, they realise, oh, it's not all about me.
Yes.
And can you see those changes in the school children?
Absolutely, and it's one of the things that we're trying. It's one of the things that classroom teachers and schools contact us about the whole time, to say that they notice a marked difference in terms of connection and inclusion in the class. When children are more aware of, you know, how their words and how their behaviours can impact on one another, you know, they're less likely to want to physically, psychologically or emotionally hurt one another.
Yeah,
sorry, that is so interesting. Like, that is so interesting. Even having a baby in the room, you'd all watch your tone, watch your language.
Yes.
You would,
and
wouldn't
even
you?
if they get excited and they notice that they've been extra loud and Billy might get a fright, they tune into the fact that their voice was loud.
And so they'll calm it down.
And they calm it down, and they all relate it back to their own. When I was this age, I did this. And when my brother was this age, he did this. So they're really asking questions at home about their own siblings and themselves. What was I like at that age? You know, and they're coming in and telling me then, oh, I got my first tooth at this age.
Yeah. Holly, can I just ask you then? I mean, it's such an unusual thing, and I know now you don't even have enough parents to go into the schools that are looking for this.
Yeah.
But at the start, were schools going, what are you talking about?
We're not free. We're already babysitting enough kids.
What are you talking about? You're going to bring a baby into the class.
Absolutely, absolutely they were. And actually, Roots of Empathy started in Canada. And when Bernardo's first heard about the Roots of Empathy programme, we went over to Canada to see the programme in schools. And when we saw it live, we were like, this is something we feel would really benefit children in Irish schools. And I think, you know, once a school has the programme, they really see the difference. It's not just the impact on classroom behaviour. The programme is proven, so children who complete the programme, their pro-social skills go up. So things like kindness, caring, sharing and inclusion, and the more challenging type behaviours like bullying, mean behaviour, name-calling reduces. And, you know...
There was one child who, through the programme, hadn't spoken.
We hear about these impact stories, Muireann, the whole time. We had a little girl last year who had never spoken in school. She spoke at home and she spoke in other environments, but she had never spoken in school. And she was in 3rd class. And one visit that when the baby came into the class, the baby crawled over to this little girl, and one of her classmates said, oh, look, our Roots of Empathy baby loves this little girl. And this little girl said, and spoke in school for the first time, and said, and I love our Roots of Empathy baby. And this is where we have seen Roots of Empathy be transformational for children. You know, we had another little boy, like we get contacted the whole time about stories, and it's one of the reasons why we're trying to highlight our lack of funding, because we want to be able to reach more schools. We want to be able to reach the children that really need the programme. We've never had government funding. At the moment, Bernardo's fundraising team have to fundraise the budget every year to meet Roots of Empathy. This year, unfortunately, is the first year where we have been unable to take on any new schools or reach any new children through the programme. So, you know, it's we've been running the programme since 2011, and we've reached 33,000 primary school children to date.
But every time you bring out your budget submissions, the last few years, it has been really stark when Bernardo's are talking about the amount of children that are living below the poverty line and the wealth gap.
Absolutely, you know, and for children who are experiencing trauma in their lives, we prioritise children in debt areas. You know, when they come in to a Roots of Empathy programme, regardless of what happens, Roots of Empathy is risk-free learning, it's experiential learning. It really normalises those more difficult feelings for children. Yeah. So if they've had a hard time, or regardless of what's happened, you know, a baby is completely non-judgmental. They don't mind who your family is. They don't mind what happened in the schoolyard that day. You know, all feelings are okay, and we all share the same feelings. So it's so comforting for children to be able to kind of understand that concept.
And it must be amazing for you, Sarah.
I love it. Highlight of my maternity leave,
really?
Honestly. Yeah, and there's a lot of highlights to maternity leave, but that's definitely up there. Just like getting to go in, the kids are buzzing. I mean, you literally can see the excitement from outside the room as you're walking in. She's like a star in the middle of the school.
I'm really sorry, she is a star. I know that
she is gorgeous.
To all of our mothers and fathers at home right now, if your baby's having a tantrum, I am so sorry that she has just been the best child in the entire world. Billy is just like, hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm here, Billy.
How are you?
I know. I have a whirlwind son, so this is my...
You're calming up, your oasis.
Yeah. She's the calm one.
You can find out more. It's called Roots of Empathy if you'd like to find out more about the programme. It's from Bernardo's. Thank you so much for coming in. Sarah and Billy Crosbie, my God, you're not going to get out of here for about an hour and a half. Don't think about going anywhere. And Holly Howell, Roots of Empathy project leader with Bernardo's. Thank you, the three of you so much.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Oh my God, we're coming up from a mockumentary about the pitfalls of pop stardom to a stressful parenting drama. We're going to be rounding up the latest releases on our screens.
Yeah, back with you very shortly.